Welcome everyone to my channel on YouTube, Sergio Calle Perez, and I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, but also to share this message to your contacts and express then that this message contains the transformational motivational words that make possible to live together in society. Each year, lend efforts to opportunity to make good use for the favorable moment. This day of salvation, said St. Paul to the Corinthians, so that it may be lived intensely both as a time of conversion to God and of love our brothers and sisters. Lent calls us to a complete change of mind and heart in order to we make heart the Lord's voice, invite us to turn to Him in newness of life and make ourselves every more sensitive to the sufferings of those around us. As a people without a homeland, refugees seek a welcome in other countries of the world, which is a common home. Only a few of them are allowed to re-enter their countries of origin because of change of circumstances with those countries. For the rest, the very painful experience of fight, insecurity, anxious search for an appropriate place to settle continues. Among the children, women, some of them widows, families that often are split apart, young people whose hopes have been frustrated, and adults rooted from their work and deprived of their material possessions, their homes and their homeland. Considering the extent of the seriousness of this problem, every place, every country, every community, and all members must be sensitive to this appeal in a march in the moving as the followers of Jesus, who himself experienced the condition of refugee. Remember that he was fled to Egypt with his parents. And bearers of the good news, Christ himself and the moving gospel passages read in the Latin Church on Monday of the first week of Lent, wishes to be identified and recognized in every refugee. I was a stranger and you welcomed me, and I was a stranger and you did not welcome me. This word of Christ must lead us to a careful examination of conscience with regard to the attitude of our exiles and refugees. We find them every day in so many other places, in the street, in the communities. In fact, for many of us, they have become next door neighbors who are in the need of charity, justice, and solidarity from all people. For this reason, I encourage you, I plead you, the individual members of each community in today's society, this urgent Lenten exhortation seek to help our brothers and sisters refugees in every possible way by providing a welcome that will lead to their full participation in the every life and society. Show them an open mind and warm heart. And the encyclical letter Passion and Terris, Pope St. John 23 had emphasized the urgent need to recognize the rights of refugees precisely because they are persons. They are persons. You know that? Refugees and immigrants also are persons. He said, it is our obligation always to guarantee these inalienable rights, which are inherent in every human being and do not depend on prevalent conditions or social political situations. Thus is the matter of guaranteeing the refugees the right to establish a family or to be reunited with their families, to have a stable, dignified occupation and a just wage, to live in dwellings fit for human beings, to receive adequate health care, and a word, all those rights solely sanctioned since 1951 in the Convention of the United Nations of the States of Refugees and convened in 1967 protocol of the same statute. In the face of this grave problem, international organizations, cattle organizations, and movements of various types had worked intensely with the support and collaboration of many people to provide adequate social programs. Thanks to them, and encouraged to show even greater concern, since it is clear that although much has been done, and still not enough, the number of refugees is growing and growing, and the resources for receiving and assisting them often prove to be insufficient. Our first commitment should be take part of the charitable initiatives to encourage, to animate and support them through our testimony of love, so that in every country they might have an impact of the process of educating children and young people in particular in mutual respect, tolerate, and a spirit of service at every level, both in private and public life. And in this way, many problems will be more easily overcome. At the beginning of Lent, the fullness of grace and light that flow from the redeeming and mystery passions and resurrection of Jesus Christ, so that every individual and all ecclesial groups and religious communities within the church may find the inspiration and energy needed to the practical works of solidarity on behalf of our brothers and sisters who are exiles and refugees. In this way, comforted by the loving support and interest of others, refugees may recover joy and hope in order to continue along their difficult path. May God bless you this day.